We're in the middle of a rock right now. That's our gym. It's about 3,000 square meters, which is pretty big. Yeah, this is like probably the biggest and the nicest MMA gym in the world. You know, it's definitely one of them. From where we were, like 2005, just renting like a tiny little place from a judo club to opening up this place of our own with probably about 2,000 people training here. It's amazing, you know. It used to be a bowling hall, actually. But downstairs, we actually used the bowling track. We used a lot of the wood from that to build floors that we use now down in the jiu-jitsu room and MMA room. We also have a bar here and a barber shop. My aunt has a nice salon as well, and I've always gotten my hair cut there, but she's really good as well. So I'm done my beard a few times. I didn't pick this picture, but this is a pretty intense one. It's right in the action, you know. I just hit him with the left hand, and I'm about to hit him with that right hammer right there. He's not liking it. There's this place here where we do the cardio, the Viking conditioning classes, the kettlebells and all that kind of stuff. And downstairs is like a gym, you know, with treadmills and weights and all that kind of stuff. Jiu-jitsu room, MMA room, yoga room. We have physiotherapy. Yeah, it does have everything. So this is the main MMA training area. Here we have the training boxing ring. In here you can do your pads, you can do sparring with boxing gloves, you do kickboxing. And then we have all this area here for, you know, people training, partnering up. And then usually the guys who are fighting or have a fight coming up, they'll get to use the cage. It's actually 2 feet smaller than the UFC cage, which is 32. I do most of my training in here. We go in here and then somebody outside closes the door, puts the little metal thing in, and then there's no going out. For most people, when they come in here, they're like, I didn't realize it was this big. You know, people think it's a lot more compact, a lot smaller, you know. But you can actually have plenty of room to dance around, and you have to be quite good to corner somebody off. You know, it's not like in the boxing ring, there's corners. Here, it's an octagon, so like, it's easier to kind of maneuver away, but then you can press somebody against the cage as well, which is the good part, you know. Same mattresses, same surface, same kind of floor that kind of bounces a little bit, gives a little bit. If you're doing them big throws, you know, you want to keep the fight going. You don't want to minimize the injury. A perfect little thing to just throw a couple of guys in and close it, and you know, have a blast. This is what we use for sparring, you know, in here, because it's safe and it's the same as you're fighting. So I will do some of the pad work and some technical stuff here, obviously using the techniques against the cage and on the floor as well. I like the surface. Sometimes the mattresses can get a bit slippery. You're sweating and then you go to the ground and maybe your top's off like we do when we're fighting. So it gets really slippery, but here you can feel it's like a different kind of surface. If it gets wet, it's okay, it doesn't get slippy. So I like training here, you know. This is the little arena where I fight in, so this is where I like to do most of my training. Yeah, well, we started off as a MMA gym, and we still are, and a lot of the emphasis is on MMA. But now we have mobility training classes. We have strength and conditioning classes. Some are more based on, you know, mobility or recovery. Some are more based on just getting in that really good shape. We basically have everything now. I mean, probably the smallest amount of people do MMA. They actually do mixed martial arts. Now we have a lot of people doing jiu-jitsu and grappling and stuff like that, but not a lot of people like to get punched in the face. That's a fact.